Welcome to the first daily review. Today is Wednesday, 7th July 2021, and today I took 3 trades. One on pound CAD, one on Euro NZD, one on pound USD. Okay, so here we had a weekly bearishness. Bullish. We were very bullish on the weekly. On the daily, we were sells, however. So because we were in an uptrend on the weekly, and we were in some sort of retracement on the weekly time frame to move further up. So long term is bulls, bear. We're looking for buys. Daily, we're looking for sells, right? But on the 4-hour, we're actually looking for buys. Buys, right? Because what actually happened, we broke structure. We broke structure to the upside here, right? Breaking this long-term downtrend here in the 4-hour, and then after this break, we made a lower low. Right? You could say double bottom, whatever, right? We created this lower low, and we're actually moving up, so we're bullish on the 4-hour. So let's go to the 1-hour here. Let's delete that. On the 1-hour, what was I looking for? On the 1-hour, we were actually bearish, right? We were sells. We were looking for sells. Why? Because we broke such the downside here, 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 and here, right? But then if you really look, let's say if you look at ICT's, the teachings, although that's quite, I don't really use the teachings. I just look at the 702 retracement, right? And price bounced twice before moving up. Okay, but that's irrelevant, right? I was just looking for an explanation of this move here to the upside. So this is the trade I took, and then okay, so basically here, what was I looking for? Well, we had an unmitigated zone here, right? So if you look at smart money and how it works, basically there's big banks here, or an institution, or the composite man, whatever you want to call it, which wants to basically take sells, right? Which took massive sells to the downside here, right? And it needs to mitigate its positions, right? So it needs to get out of these positions before continuing down, right? So we were either looking for a move to this zone here or this zone here. But I was going to be safe with TP2, and I just took a 1 to 3, let's suppose. But I lost the trade here. Okay. So price here closed bullish, right? At 2 p.m. What we were looking for, I was looking on 5 minutes here, looking for a break of structure. What did we actually do? We still break a structure here, right? I took a buy just to break up the structure. I think I took a buy around like this retracement. So we retested this zone here. I took a buy. I was expecting price to move up, right? Price didn't move up, kind of rejected and moved down. Should have moved my stop to over here if you really think about it, because what actually would make a new swing, and this should be my trailing stop, right? But actually what price did came down, liquidated all these lows here, right? All these lows liquidated, all these retail traders, what do you want to call them, who were long here, were all liquidated, which gave money for the composite man to move further up. But we also left some sort of mitigation here, which probably will look for tomorrow, to either come down here to move up or just come down to mitigate. So a potential profit target here. Okay, that's pound USD done. We lost 1% here. You can see this is the TP2, which didn't really matter. I'm not in this trade right now. Okay, so pound AUD, Euro NZD here. Okay, so basically, let's go to the 4-hour here. So on the 4-hour, we were very bearish. We're like all time frames, all told me the same thing, and we were looking for sells. On the 1-hour here, what actually happened, we were in some sort of consolidation. You couldn't really say this is a channel, whatever, right? We could say, okay, this was a consolidation breakout, take our liquidity up here before continuing down, right? Price continued to close below that zone here. And then what happened? Price kind of traced to this zone, and I was looking for sells at this point, right? And we were aiming for this 5 minutes. I was really aiming for like this unmitigated zone here. Actually, oops. we were looking for first take profit here, and then second take profit around this zone here, right? As it was a need to be mitigated zone here. But what actually happened here, price never came out and really retested this zone, and then broke structure off that. Basically, I was kind of a bit too late here. I think I ended the trade at 230 here, not when I could have traded at like 1, because we did close above that zone at 1 here. But whatever, right? And you could have ended, I could have ended here, here, potentially here, right? Potentially on this zone here. But I ended here at the latest, right? Actually, I ended around this zone, then spread brought me down to this zone. Okay, so basically, what this candle is trying to do is kind of possibly like liquidate all these highs here, right? And then to move further down. So my stop should have been a bit wider. I didn't. I closed 6% here because I made a lower high, and I pretty much like that trade to move completely down because it was just complete imbalances all over the place. Right, this is all news, imbalance, 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 and imbalance. It was all, we were all looking for imbalances here. Even here, so my last, like, the only error that I saw was this zone here, and this is where my take profit was. Okay, so why did I close my remaining portion here? Was because that what price did here. Price made a high, broke the structure to the upside here, and just closed it. I didn't want to take the risk to come up and then take my stop loss, right? And then I also trade with 1-to-1 risk to reward. It 1-to-1 is breaking, right? So I would have been stopped out right here, so I just got a bit of profits. I think we got like something like 0.01% something, but whatever, right? Improvements possibly could have kept a bit of my trade here with my stop slightly up, right? Because what the scope of this was to come maybe re-enter here, because we understood that price came up, trying to mitigate, liquidate all these sellers here, who had stops who had stops above this zone here, right? And then continue down, and then as you can see here, there's just constant break. Yeah. Okay, so pound CAD was, I'm not gonna say a bad trade, but it was kind of a weird trade. I can't lie. What we were looking for here, so the 4-hour. Okay, so basically, pound CAD. So pound CAD, we were in a mixed bias here, but we were short-term bias, right? On the 1-hour and 4-hour, we were buying. What actually happened here on the 4-hour is we were countering some zone of resistance here, which meant that where my take profit was, right? So this is based on a 4-hour. 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, this is what I was looking for, right? Price was actually in this 1-inch swing. I was really looking for buys here, but I said, okay, what could I have done here? This price closed below, right? What we were trying to go, if you look at the 15-minute time frame here, we were trying to mitigate this retracement, right? Which sellers come, banks came up here and really looked for buys, right? They had sellers lined up here, and they had buyers. They had sellers with stops up here and buyers. All the stops just those candles came down to mitigate to have this order block, right? And what actually happened here, we came down to like this zone here. We didn't come down to like the 4-hour resistance, but whatever, right? I closed the trade very early, way too early. I closed the trade at 5-minute because what actually was happening here, I came up, price came up at the top here, right? And I was just tempted to say, okay, we had this really bullish candle here, very little wick. We just came down and just took a profit. Just didn't like how price came down, and then we had this kind of resistance zone here, and you could even say there was this unmitigated zone that, which needed to be filled. But whatever. So yeah, and as you can see, after mitigating the zone, price just came up completely. If you look at this, you could have said potentially this is an order block. It wasn't, because price came down, mitigated in this way, right? So right now you're kind of looking for buys maybe around this zone. you're not really looking for buys here, possibly retest. You could take them right here. But really, I'm not looking for buys. I'm done for the day. Had a decent day, 0.65%, it's not bad. Okay, so basically, what we're looking at here is basically okay. So I guess thank you for watching, and see you for tomorrow's daily recap. Okay, thank you for watching.